Liverpool have confirmed that Trent Alexander-Arnold will leave the club upon the expiration of his contract. The right-back's future has been a subject of debate since the beginning of the 2024-25 season, and now he has informed the Reds of his decision to depart his boyhood club at the end of the campaign. The club announced this on their official website, stating Trent Alexander-Arnold has informed Liverpool FC of his intention to leave the club this summer upon the expiry of his current contract. The England international joined Liverpool's academy at the age of 6 and advanced through the youth ranks until making his debut in 2016. He has made 352 appearances for the Reds, scoring 23 goals and winning 8 major trophies, including 2 Premier League titles and a Champions League title. And then on Tuesday, we brought the news that Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos, the eldest son of 5-time Ballon d'Or winner Cristiano Ronaldo, was called up to the Portugal under-15 squad for the first time. The 14-year-old, who like his father plays for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, has also had spells with Ronaldo's former clubs Manchester United and Juventus. The Selecao under-15s will face Japan, Greece and England at the Vlatko Markovic Youth Tournament in Croatia between May 13 to 18. Ronaldo, Real Madrid's all-time top goal scorer and still a Portugal international himself at 40, has 5 children. The striker won Euro 2016 with his country, helping them lift their first ever major trophy. And on Wednesday, we told you that Inter Milan are heading to their second Champions League final in 3 seasons after a dramatic 7-6 aggregate victory over Barcelona. The match saw multiple lead changes and extra-time erects, with David Fratesi scoring the winner. Lautaro Martinez, returning from injury, played a key role in the win. Despite financial challenges and recent setbacks in domestic competitions, Inter have shown resilience under coach Simone Inzaghi. The Italian giants will face PSG in the final in Munich, aiming to lift their 4th Champions League title and complete a remarkable European campaign. And then on Thursday, we brought the update that Sunshine Stars and Aqua United are in danger of relegation from the Nigerian Premier Football League after suffering critical losses on matchday 36. Sunshine Stars were narrowly beaten 1-0 by Shooting Stars, leaving them in 19th place with 41 points. They face a must-win clash against Niger Tornadoes, who also sit near the relegation zone. Meanwhile, Aqua United fell 1-0 to Bendel Insurance, marking their 17th loss this season and compounding their relegation woes. Elsewhere, league champions Remo Stars were stunned by Economy Warriors, while Rivers United secured a slim 1-0 win over Rangers International in a top-tier showdown. And finally on Friday, we reported that Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah has won the Football Writers Association Men's Player of the Season. Salah has scored 28 goals and provided 18 assists to help Liverpool win the Premier League title, breaking the record for the most goal involvements in a single 38-game Premier League campaign. The Egyptian also scored 3 goals and provided 4 assists as Liverpool reached the last 16 of the Champions League. Last month, the 32-year-old signed a new 2-year contract extension to stay at Anfield until 2027. Last month, the 32-year-old signed a new 2-year contract extension to stay at Anfield until 2027. That concludes our sports news roundup for this week. Thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome to the entertainment segment here on Biscon Television News. During the week, Nigerian Afrobeat star Rema made history on May 3rd, 2025 by headlining Madison Square Garden in New York joining the ranks of Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid, and Asake. The Grammy-nominated artist thrilled fans with a powerful performance of his major hits and spotlighted his musical evolution since his mainstream debut in 2019. A touching tribute to Maven Records founder Don Jazzy, whom he credited for launching his career, was among the night's most emotional moments. Another highlight came when Rema performed He 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 from his Grammy-nominated album He Is, standing beside wax figures of the Afrobeat Big Three. Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy, by declaring, "There's no longer a Big Three, there's now a Big Four." Rema boldly claimed his place among Afrobeat's royalty. The concert reaffirmed his status as a global ambassador for Nigerian music, especially following the global success of Calm Down with Selena Gomez, which became the first African song to hit 1 billion Spotify streams. Moving on, Brazilian police thwarted an attempted bombing, at Lady Gaga's concert in Rio de Janeiro, part of her ongoing Mayhem tour. Authorities revealed the suspect had planned to detonate improvised explosive devices at the Copacabana venue, allegedly seeking attention and notoriety on social media. One individual has been arrested in connection with foiled attack. Thanks to the swift intervention of security forces, the concert went ahead without incident, with Lady Gaga delivering a high-energy performance to her fans. The singer had earlier expressed excitement about performing in Rio on her Instagram. The police action was widely praised for preventing a potential disaster and ensuring the safety of the large crowd. Also during the week, reality TV star Alex Unusual expressed outrage over the reported arrest and harassment of homeless people in Lagos by the state government. Taken to her Instagram story on May 6, 2025, Alex questioned the justification of the clampdown, asking what crime the homeless were guilty of simply not having a place to live. She criticized the state's approach, noting that even housed citizens contribute to public littering. Alex posted disturbing footage showing men being roughed up, woken from sleep, and dragged away under bridges where they had been staying. She condemned the lack of due process and humanity, describing the action as inhumane and confusing. Her emotional reaction sparked broader conversations online about social justice and the treatment of vulnerable populations in urban areas. And finally, Nigerian artists once again dominated the international music scene with multiple nominations at the 2025 BET Awards. Ira Star led the African contingent with 3 nominations, including Best Female R&B Pop Artist and Best New Artist, marking a significant milestone in her young career. Other nominees included Burna Boy and Rema for Best International Act, while Shelly Poppy grabbed a spot in the new Best International Act category. Grammy winner Thames also earned a nomination in the BET Her category. The star-studded event will be held on June 9th and at the Peacock Theatre in Los Angeles, with Kendrick Lamar leading all artists with 10 nominations. That is all on entertainment news. Thank you for watching.
Welcome back. And that's it on Biscon Television News Roundup. I'm Stella Opara. Thank you for staying with us.
Tuesday, 13th May 2025, the date for High Prince Bisi Olatilo, Nigeria's multilingual broadcasting doyen's Jubilee Anniversary celebration in broadcasting, and 25 years of the Bisi Olatilo Show, BOS. The event begins on a prayerful note by UK-based founder Kingdom Power Ministries, Apostle Boyegashita. Administration by Apostle Dr. Joseph Wole Oladinu. The chairman of the event is Major General Ikenwachuku, retired. The guest of honor is Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, and the chief launcher of the Biscon Tv Foundation, BOF, is Sir Kessentin Adebutu, CFR. The royal father of the day, His Imperial Majesty, Oba Dr. Babatunde Eniton Ogunwusi, CFR, or Jaja II, the Oni of Ife, and His Royal Highness Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, the esteemed Emir of Kano. Mr. Donald Duke, CON. The highlight of the event will be the presentation of the prestigious Grand BOS Awards to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and Senator Oluremi Tinubu, CON. BOS Awards will also be presented to the governors of Lagos, Bayelsa, Enugu, Ekiti, Delta, Kano, and Akwa Ibom State. Also on the BOS Mega Award list are Alhaji Aliko Dangote, GCON, and Alhaji Dr. Abdusamad Rabiu of Bua Group. BOS Awards will also be presented to the following industry players: Mr. Tony Elumelu, CFR, FCT Minister, Barrister Chief Nyesom Wike, Imo State Governor, Senator Hope Uzodinma, and Managing Director and CEO of NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku. BOS Banker of the Year Award goes to Dame Dr. Adora Umoji, OON. The Bank of the Year is Wema Bank PLC. BOS Entrepreneur of the Year is Barrister Mrs. Uju Ifejika, OFR. Dr. Mrs. Nikki Akonde, CON, Alhaji Razak Okoya, CON, and Prince Samuel Adedoyin will bag BOS All-Time Supporters Awards. BOS Awards to outstanding players in Nigeria's media industry will be bagged by Senator Ben Murray Bruce of Silverbird Television, Dr. John Momo, OON, and Prince Nduka Obagbena, CON, High Chief Raymond Dokbesi, owners of AIT and Ray Power, the pathfinder of private radio and television broadcasting in Nigeria. The award will be given to him posthumously. Tuesday, 13th May 2025. Prince Biscon Tv double-header event at Muson Center, Lagos at 11 a.m.
Service of Songs program in loving memory of Mrs. Olufunke Olubukola Ogia, Matriarch Odozuno. A blissful gathering unfolded at the Trinity House, Zion Center, Water Corporation Drive, off Ligali Ayorinde Road, Victoria Island on Thursday, 25th April 2024. For service of songs of late Mrs. Olufunke Olubukola Ogia. Mrs. Olufunke Ogia, 62 years old, was born on September 7, 1961. In London, England, United Kingdom, to Mr. Stephen and Mrs. Koyin Koya of the Ijebu Agoiwe family. She studied biochemistry in the University of Lagos. She was the fourth of 6 children. Funke spent her childhood mainly in the Ilupeju area of Lagos State. She was married to Mr. Chike Odia and is blessed with 2 lovely children. She was a loving, genuine, and supportive wife and mother. She passed away on March 17, 2024 after a brief illness. Distinguished guests, including family and close friends, were gathered to celebrate the loving memory, the life of Mrs. Olufunke Olubukola Ogia. Among them were Senator Larry Tejushu, Dele Momodu, former governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola and wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun. The service began with sounds of serenading solemn worships and hymns from the Trinity House Choir. The first Bible reading was taken by Minister Abimbola of the Trinity House. Documentary containing biography of the deceased was played by the Trinity House Media. The service continued with the second Bible reading taken by Pastor Ken. The third Bible reading was taken by Pastor Andy Osakwe of the Summit Bible Church, Abuja. The service reached its pinnacle and tributes were being made about the deceased by friends and families whom the deceased has had impact on while she was alive.
And she always looked after me when I was young and even in my older years, particularly when I returned to Nigeria in 2009. Checking in on me and on many occasions inviting me to this church. She would stop at my home and say, "You're coming to Trinity House and attend church with me." Funke, our prayer warrior. During our time in London, visits to our homes were characterized by prayers, gist, food, and prayers. She prayed, and at every opportunity she prayed. She prayed for everything. She prayed to the end. She's certainly praying and praising God in heaven tonight and all the rest of her days.
Marriage was not priority for us, most of us at that time. It was how many colored Hawaii shirts we had in our wardrobes. But Funke combined rocking, studying, and preparing for marriage. So we're not surprised at her marriage was. She was very focused. As I said on Tuesday, she was a fiercely loyal person. Funke wore her heart on her sleeve. So you could tell there was no in-between. Just by looking at her, you can tell whether she liked you or she didn't like you. And she did not care if you knew that she did not like you. Dear Sister Mifunke, as I sit down to write this tribute to you, my heart overflows with love and gratitude for the incredible person you are. From the very beginning, you have been more than just an older sister to me. Your words of wisdom have guided me through life's ups and downs, and I am continually inspired by your strength and resilience. Beyond being a mentor, you were my biggest cheerleader. You understood your calling, and you walked with it, with heads high, shoulders up, and not apologetic about it. Thank you, Sister Funke, extraordinary, aka Glam Funky, for being so much more than a sister to us. You are our guiding star, a shining example of love and kindness, and we will always hold you in the highest esteem.
I guess one of my earliest memories of you were the times we spent in Asaba, as I'm sure the cousins would remember. At a very young age, as little girls, I remember you talking to us on the importance of poise, courage, and decorum. As you said, we will soon in no time grow to become women and ladies. And on March 17th, when my mom delivered the heart-wrenching news that shattered my heart over and over again, I ran to Bemiga and I said in a shaky voice with so much tears and sobs, I said, "Bemiga, Auntie Funke is gone." And my husband looked at me straight in the eyes and he said, "Ah, my greatest cheerleader in your family is gone." And I broke down in tears and I couldn't stop crying, and I haven't stopped. And I'm not even sure when I'll stop, to be honest.
Auntie, to say you were full of life doesn't do you justice. Your beautiful, bright smile brought joy to every moment, and your presence filled every room you walked into. You loved all your nieces and nephews like we were your own, because we were. You stood with your back straight for all you loved and all you believed in. Your love was hot. It was comfort, it was safety, it was understanding, it was truth, it was mentorship, and it's forever.
What you didn't, but you heard all of that on Tuesday. What you didn't hear about was all the fun we had on Thursday and Friday. How you asked me to hug you, and we sat in the embrace for God knows how long. I lost track of time. You asked me about everyone you knew was important to me, and you made me promise you something, and I will do it. You laughed and played with my mom, Auntie Bola, Yvonne and Mude. We drank tea and ate all the treats you could think of. I misread the signs. I thought I saw you coming back to yourself, but I misread the signs. I told you I loved you for what I now know was the last time. Thank you for your love, for your loyalty, for your trust.
And Auntie Funke was not just our mom's sister, she was a second mother to all of us. She was our mentor, our coach, our cheerleader, our teacher, our disciplinarian, everything Auntie was to us. And those who know me personally know I can be strong-minded and I hold strong opinions. I'm not afraid to share them. And that's all due to Auntie, honestly. You can thank her for that. So I just want to thank you, Auntie, for everything. I want to thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the scoldings. Thank you for setting an example of what a mother should be like, what a wife should be like, what a sister, what an auntie, and what a friend should be like. And just before I go, I also want to say a quick word to Uncle Chike and my cousins. Uncle Chike in particular, I think how you've supported Auntie in the last 3 years, to be fair, is quite remarkable. I think you've set the standard of what a supportive husband should be, so I really want to thank you and appreciate you for that.
Just want to end this by saying thank you to everyone who has come out to support us. I want to thank my dad, because I saw what he had to go through, not just from a financial perspective, but from an emotional perspective. I know how much he meant to him his whole life. I just want you to know I'm going to be there for you through it all as well. I want to thank Uche, because I know how difficult being away from mommy was while you were having Miles. But I want you to know that giving birth to Miles gave mommy that extra time. She held on for you. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Chike, because last year I couldn't give my mom 100%. I needed to settle some stuff. I needed to get out of where I was. All my life I've been Chike's older brother. He stepped up for me last year. I know you and your dad's relationship is difficult. I know you feel like you can't get through to him. What a dad I have. I'm so grateful for my family. Tell my grandmother I love her. Thank you.
There were sweet sounds of solo music rendition from the sonorous voice of Minister Alaba Ilori of the Trinity House Church. A word of encouragement was delivered by Pastor Tony Raffle of This Present House, Lagos, who also offered a prayer for the family.
Today, I just want to spend a few minutes to speak the kind of message Funke would have loved me to speak. The last word to me was the night we prayed together. And Chike prayed so strong. And what Funke said was, Pastor Tony, please, could you encourage Chike to keep praying like he just did? And the day you die is better than the day you were born. It's better to spend your time at funerals than at parties. Living should take this to heart. Sorrow, sadness has a refining influence on us. That's why your message was so powerful. A wise person thinks a lot about death, while a fool thinks only about having a good time. same man who penned the scriptures also had told us that to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. What's my message this evening? That life is short. My dad used to say procrastination is the thief of time. As Uzoma said, life is very short, but we reduce it further by postponing God's priorities. And we don't do the things that are really important. Building up the relationship, the time with children, loving people. Notice how teenagers just grow up and go. A man said he couldn't attend his son's sports day because he had an important meeting at work. But a year from then, who would remember what happened?
Chike Ogia, the last child of the deceased, gave the vote of thanks, giving sweet tributes about his mother. A solemn gathering ensued at the Trinity House, Zion Center, Water Corporation Drive, off Ligali Ayoride Road, Victoria Island, on Friday, 26th April 2024, for where the body of the late Mrs. Olufunke Olubukola Ogia was rolled into the church, led by the officiating ministers, accompanied by her husband, children, and family members, in a procession interspersed with sentences. Distinguished guests, including family and close friends, were gathered to celebrate in loving memory the life of Mrs. Olufunke Olubukola Ogia. Other dignitaries include present Governor of Ogun State, Prince Takwa Abiodun, and wife, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, Mr. Segun Awolowo, former Governor of Ekiti State, Otumba Niyi Adebayo, Senator Prince Larry Tejushu, former Rivers State APC governorship aspirant, Mr. Tonye Cole, Chairman and CEO, This Day Arise Group, Unduka Obaigbena, Chairman CEO, Biscon Communications, Prince Bisi Olatilo, Aswe Igodalo, and wife Ifeinwa Igodalo. The funeral service unfolded with an opening prayer led by Pastor Tunde Adebayo Oke, hymns, solo and duets, and songs of praises led by the Trinity House Choir.